Tracy here with Paper Closet Designs, and I am so excited about today's video. We are going to do 3 new Octagon Shadowbox Box Cards and pop-up cards, whatever you want to call them. And if you're not familiar with these, I'm going to show you one that I did over the summer. I do have a lot of these. They fit this envelope, and these are available in the store. It's just the platform or pop-up envelope. And then the card actually looks like this. I think I'm doing that upside down. So it folds flat and fits in the envelope, just nice for mailing or hand delivering. And then it pops up and you get this 3D shadow box look. They are so fun. So today I have 3 of them. They are all for Halloween. These, all 3 of them, have a little printable sentiment on them that you can use or discard. It's completely up to you. When they're done, the back is blank so that you can write a little message, stamp your note. You could even tape a gift card if you wanted to the back of those. But that is what they look like. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, I have 3 of them today. And I think we'll start with the spider and spider web just because it is probably the easiest. And so let's go ahead and get started with that one, and I'll show you everything that comes with it. So our little printable right here says Happy Halloween, and we have the printable, or you can leave it blank, or you can leave it completely off, and then the little label that goes behind it. Our front piece has a spider, and if you want to make him a spider or a black widow, there's the little hourglass piece. It has the spider web and the front piece, and then I will show you all of the other pieces as we go ahead and build this up. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this front piece, and there's 4 score lines on here, 2 on each side on the front piece, and I'm going to simply score them down or away from me. Let's see if I have my little scraper tool. I didn't bring it over here with me. And we're going to fold that one down. Then on the other side, we're going to fold that down and fold that one down. And I do like to kind of fold them before I start embellishing them, just so that you get everything where it needs to be. So next we're going to take our little spider web, and I'm just going to flip it over and put some glue on this. I'm going to take that little cap off. And you don't have to get every little piece of the spider web. Anything that's kind of a thick line you might want to do. And I do like to use a glue that dries clear. This is the Scotch Tacky Glue, and it will dry clear. Okay, so once we get that down, or get the glue, then we can go ahead and glue it right here to the front of the card. Just like that. And now we can take our spider. I'm going to glue him down. And you do kind of want to get their legs just a little bit so that they don't get caught when you start folding the card, folding and opening it. And he can go whichever direction you want. I do want to make sure that he's not hanging off the sides of the card at all. And he will dry clear, like I said. And then we have the little hourglass. And that is the front of the card. And while we're at it, I think I'll go ahead and put some glue on my printable label. It is kind of tiny. So there's our Happy Halloween. The next one is our first layer. And you'll know that it's number 1 because it's cut out. I don't know how well you can see that. And it has the little spider web thread, I guess. Again, the hourglass for your spider and the spider. Okay, so this one, we are going to take these score lines and we're going to fold them up towards us. And I usually do have a bone folder or a scraper tool, and I left it over on my desk, so we're not going to worry about it today, but it will help get those in there. Okay, so on this one, you want to make sure that your little thread is hanging in the right direction. And then we're going to put some glue on it, and this piece is going to go on first. Just like that. And then we can glue our spider on. Again, I'm going to put just a little bit on his legs. And match him all up. And then we have the hourglass piece again. Okay, that is layer number 1. Layer number 2 has 2 spiders with the hourglass, and it says number 2. So I'm going to slide those off. And then we're going to take these tabs and we're going to fold them up towards us again. And what these tabs do is they give it enough space so that it's layered, but it also glues to the side to hold everything in. Okay, so all of these spiders are the same size, and they go the same direction. They're identical, so you don't have to worry about if you got them mixed up which one goes where. I do try to keep things as easy as we can. So we're gonna just glue that right there. And then the next one. Glue him right there. Do you like spiders? I don't like them, but I'm not deathly afraid of them. Snakes, on the other hand, really creep me out. So, I don't like spiders, but if I had to choose, I'd take a spider over a snake. Okay, so there's that one. Oh, he's sticking to the desk. And then the third layer is just a spider web, and it's also got the tabs on the side. So we're going to fold them up. And then take our spider web and we're going to glue it down. Now this spider web, this was the only gray paper I had on hand, and it was really thick. I did figure out the settings on it, but the spider web itself has some little, I don't know, some little torn pieces where it didn't cut 100%. Your machine will. It was user error. It was me. Just like I said, this is kind of a thick gray. I get paper sent to me quite often to try, and so sometimes I love it and sometimes I don't. And this heavier paper would be really good for like a card base, but not something that has a lot of details. Anyway, there you go. And then you have your back piece, and on this card the back piece is just solid. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip everything over, and I'm going to take my front card, my base, and I'm going to take number 1. We're going to flip it over. Let me move these out of the way so you can kind of see what I'm doing. We're going to flip it over, and we're going to put glue on the back side of those 2 tabs. And I'm actually just using my tape runner. Flip it there, and we're going to put it on that side. Okay, so the 1 is on the right side. When we flip it over, it's on the left side. we're going to take this edge right here and we are going to lay it right along the score line right there. We're going to match up the top and the bottom, just like that, and then fold this over and press. Okay, now we're going to take everything and fold it over, and this line, the edge where it says number 1, should be laying right against the score line of this tab on the front. We're going to fold it over and press. So there is our front, or our first piece. Okay, now we're going to take our second piece. It has the number 2 on it. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to flip it over and put tape on those 2 sides. If you've done any of these, the instructions are the same on every single card. It's the layering of the pieces that is a little bit different. And I used to just do like one card with the basic instructions, but a lot of people said that they liked when I do the individual ones. So we're going to take this edge, it's the tab without the number, and we're going to place it right behind the edge on that first tab, or that first layer. Just like so. Press it down. Okay, then we're going to take the tab that has the number and it's backwards, and we're going to put it right behind that tab right there. We want to make sure everything's just laying down nice and flat, and it is. If your paper is bubbling a little bit, it could be the weight of your paper isn't quite right. It's too heavy or too thin, but it should all be good. Okay, then we're going to take this last one. This is number 3. Where is it? There it is. It's number 3. I'm going to flip it over and put tape on it. And same thing on this one. We're going to put the edge without the number over here on the right side, right behind that second layer. Press it down. We're going to flip it over, and this edge is going to go right behind the layer on this second side. Just like that. Okay, and then when we fold it, lay it flat, I always like to do this a couple of times to make sure everything's going to fold just the way it is. And then lastly, we have the back. And so I'm going to lay this down flat. I'm going to put tape on those 2 tabs. And then this is perfectly symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which way you turn it. You're going to put the edge of this right along that score line on the back tab. And then again, you're going to put the edge right on that back tab right along the score line. Okay, then one more time. And there is our spider web Octagon Shadowbox card. You can see all the layers, the spider, the webs, and it folds flat, and we'll just mail in one of those envelopes. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. The next one is our flying witch, and it has a few more pieces, and as we build it, I'll show you which pieces go with it. Oh, you know what? I want to go back to this one. Sorry. Here is our little sentiment, and you can put it on the top, on the bottom. You can flip it over and put it on the back. Some pop dots would be really fun to add that on there. I think I'm going to go ahead and put it on the top of this one, like that. I want it kind of right in the middle. Okay, there you go. Happy Halloween. All right, now we're going to do the Flying Witch. And like I was saying, I'm just going to show you all of the pieces as we go along. So the front piece of this card has the little printed sentiment that says, "Have a spooky night," and the label, and then the silhouette of the fence and the tree. Here's the front of our card. It's got 4 score lines, 2 on each side, and we are going to score those down towards the desk or away from us. Down and down. All right, then I'm going to lay it out. And we're going to take the silhouette piece and I'm just going to glue it to the front of the card. Add some glue. All those little tiny branches, you don't have to get every one of them, but you do want it to lay flat. So I kind of like to get the edges. Oh, right there in the corner. Okay, and then just match it up. That's probably the hardest part of this one, is matching up all those little leaves. But if you've cut it out of a different color, it's just going to kind of look like a shadow behind it. So don't worry too much about it. There we go. Oh, I really like that. And then for this one, I'm going to take my sentiment, glue it to the tag. And then I'm going to glue that to this bottom piece right here. All right, now we have the first layer. And the first layer is just the witch on her broom. Just going to remove those. I'm going to take these 2 tabs and I'm going to fold them up towards me. We're going to take the broom and glue it on first. This reminds me of the show Wicked. How many of you are waiting to see number 2? I can't wait. Can't wait. Okay, here's our little witch. And layer number 1 is done. Okay, layer number 2 is the moon. So we have a bat, the crescent moon, and the full moon. We're going to take our 2 tabs, we're going to fold them up towards us. And this is number 2. Okay, take our full moon, glue it on there. And if you wanted to do everything in black and just make it a solid color, you could do that as well. It would be really cool. I don't know that your little bats would show up, but the rest of it would, and it would look really fun. Okay, and then we're just going to glue our bat right up here, kind of towards the top. Layer number 2. Layer number 3 is just a little bit different. It's a solid piece. We're going to score the tabs up towards us. And then we have the cutout stars. And again, you can put this any way you want. There's no right or wrong. It will fit any way that you turn it. And whatever color you cut your card base out, that is going to be the color of your stars. Okay, now we're going to go ahead. This is our back piece. So now we're going to go ahead and build the card. I'm going to take my front piece and flip it over so that the back is pointing towards me. I'm going to take the first piece, layer number 1, flip it over and put tape on the back of those score lines, or the back of those tabs. I'm going to take this edge, the one that does not have the number, and it's going to go right along the fold line of this first tab on the front of the card. And we're going to take the tab over, fold it, and press it. Now we're going to take the tab with the number on it, and we are going to fold it down flat, and then when we lay this, that edge should be right behind the score line. And I like to fold mine back and forth a couple times. Okay, now we're going to take tab number 2, flip it over, and put tape on the 2 tabs. After you've done a couple of these, you'll feel like you can do them in your sleep. Okay, so we're going to put this edge of the tab right behind the first tab, the first layer. Just like so. Bend that over, and then we're going to put the edge of this tab right behind the layer that we just did. Keeping everything so it all folds flat. Take tab number 3, flip it over, put tape on those 2 tabs, those 2 sides. And we're going to take the edge of this tab and put it right behind tab number 2, or layer number 2. Take layer number 3, and it's going to just go right there. Oops. Press it down. I got glue off the edge of that, and it's kind of being funky. There we go. Okay, let's make sure it's going to go back and forth, back and forth. And then we want to put tape on those 2 tabs. I'm going to take our back and just match it up to the tabs. So there's the first one, and there's the second one. Let's go back and forth a couple times, make sure everything's folding flat. And there is our witches flying through the air on her broom in front of the moon, stars. I think this one is really fun. Have a spooky night. Okay, the last one is the haunted castle or haunted house. And we'll just do the same thing. We'll start at the top and work our way down. So the front of the castle, or the front of the haunted house, is pretty simple. It just has a fence, and then the little sentiment says happy haunts. So we're going to take our front piece, and we're going to take those 4 score lines, and we're going to fold them down towards the desk or away from us. And you could do this card base out of about any color. You could do blue or black for a black night. Just about anything. Okay, let's lay that flat, and we're going to take our fence, and we're going to glue our fence piece down. You don't have to get everything, but you do want it to lay down flat and not curl up on the edges, because that's going to keep it from not folding flat if you've got little pieces that are poking up. Match it just like that. Here's our happy haunts. And I'm going to glue this, but I'm not going to glue it to the front until I decide where I want it. So the first layer in our Shadowbox card has the haunted house. And it actually comes with a few layers. So we have the 2 rooftops. They're like rounded triangles. We have the front of the castle. Then we have the 3 towers. And then we have the background of the castle. And if you want lights in your castle or your haunted house, you'll cut this piece out of yellow. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter. And then we have our 2 tabs. I'm going to take the 2 tabs this time and we're going to fold them down towards, no, sorry, up towards us. I almost messed that up. Up, up, up. Down on the first one, up on everything else. Okay, so now let's take the lights. And then your tower pieces, and it doesn't really matter what order you do them. And they have little tiny windows that will cut out just nice. And then the middle tower, this is some of that gray again. Let's get those top pieces. And I think I'm missing a piece. So here's our roof. I've got 2 roofs. And we should have a little ledge that I cut out of black that goes right there. You see where the yellow is poking out? I must have dropped that on the floor. So I'm not gonna worry about it, but when you cut it out, that's what that piece is. And then we have the front. Just like that, and there is your castle. And you could ink those up if you wanted to give it kind of a spooky look or to make the layers really stand out. I am missing that piece. We'll see as I go along if I find it or not. Okay, layer number 2 has the moon, both the crescent moon and the full moon, the tree and the bat. So there's our tree, the bat, the crescent moon, and the full moon. We're going to take our 2 tabs, we're going to fold them up towards us. I need to clean this area of my desk off. It's getting sticky. Okay, let's take our moon, and I'm going to do the moon first so that the tree is in front of it. And the crescent, and you could do the crescent over here if you wanted to, over there. I think I'll do it on this side. I'm going to do my tree next so that I don't hide the bat with the tree. Again, we're just going to put glue on there. You don't have to get every little tiny part, but you do want enough that it'll hold down and not get caught. Just kind of line it up as best you can. Again, the background will kind of look like a shadow. And now we can take our bat. I'm going to put him kind of half on the moon and half off the moon. Maybe I'll just put him all on because we don't want him to get caught. Okay, and then layer number 3 again has the stars cut out of one color, and then the background. This will be the color of your stars. And we've got the 2 tabs. I'm going to fold them up. And then let's just take our star paper with the cutouts, put some glue on it. Glue it down however you want. Oh, come on. I'm having a hard time lining that up. There we go. Okay, and now we're going to flip it, or nope, this is our back piece. It's just another solid piece. And now we can go ahead and glue this together. So we're going to take our front piece, the one that has the fence. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take piece number 1. This is the layer number 1, and it has the haunted house. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to put tape on the 2 side tabs. Put this first tab so the edge of it is right behind the score line. And that it's laying there even. This darker paper is kind of hard to see. There we go. Lay that down and just press it. Okay, take this tab and we want to lay it down. Let that flatten and then fold this over. Bend it a couple times to make sure everything is folding nicely. Did I get that off? Nope, it's good. Okay, now we have the tree, which is layer number 2. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to put tape on those 2 edges, 2 tabs. And then line up the tabs right behind layer number 1. So this edge is going to go right behind layer number 1. And make sure that it's going in the right direction. The number should now be on the left side, reading it backwards. So there's our number 2. We're going to lay all of this flat and fold that down. Move it a couple times. Then we have layer number 3, which has our stars. I'm going to flip it over, put tape on it. This edge is going to go right behind layer number 2. Fold it down flat. Bring this over. Fold that one down flat. And there we go. I'm going to lay that down. This one is bubbling just a little. I think it might have been that gray paper. Okay, and then we're going to take our back and we're going to glue it on. So we're going to put tape on those 2 tabs. And line up our piece. Line up this piece. Press it, make sure it's all folding nice and neat. And then there is our haunted night. And we can take our little happy haunts and we can put it at the top, could put it at the bottom, put it across the side like that. I think I might do that. Just put it kind of like that, corner to corner. Happy haunts. Or you can leave it off if you don't want it on there. All right, so there are our 3 Halloween Octagon Shadowbox box cards. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you'll give 1 or all 3 of these cards a try. Please give me a thumbs up down below. Hit subscribe so that you don't miss any of my videos. And have a great day.